Hello everybody, Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. So today I'm going to talk about an article that was done by comicbook.com, Comic Book Review, that was also covered by Micah Curtis and Yellow Flash, in regards as to why anime and manga are outpacing comic book sales here in the U.S. I think it is indicative of something going on in terms of our two societies and how we look at things, on a societal level as well as on just a basic human level. So over the past few years, American mainstream media, whether it's the news or our entertainment ventures, comics, cartoons, movies, even to some extent gaming. They have tried to push certain viewpoints, agendas that are not that do not coincide with American values, with traditional American values, and and also that just don't coincide with consumers' wants and desires for their entertainment. Nobody wants to be preached to. When they turn on there's a reason the TV is historically called the boob tube. Okay, nobody wants to sit there and be lectured to through their TV screen by characters they'd much rather be entertained by than really hear their own their own take on things. They don't want to be preached at. They don't want to be told how to vote. They don't want to be told that they're racist or homophobic or anything like. They don't want to be insulted. They don't want to be told what to do or who to vote for. They just want to be entertained. Whether you turn on the TV or you go to the movies or you open a comic or a magazine. Nobody wants to be told what to think. Nobody wants to be told what to do. Okay? They just want to be entertained. Japan understands this. Manga artists and makers of anime over in Japan understand this. Granted, they may not be per se, catering to, catering to the American audience is secondary to them to catering to their own audience. Japanese people don't give a hoot about social justice. They don't give a hoot about, if somebody's offended by something. It's their culture. Okay? One of the greater appeals of anime that I find is that there's a lot of good storytelling in it. There's many different genres of anime. They have their own action adventure series that gets subdivided into like fighting animes like Dragon Ball and like Dragon Ball franchise, Yu Yu Hakusho, Baki the Grappler, to like ninja type, fantasy adventures like Hunter x Hunter, like let's see, Hunter x Hunter is one that could be somewhat of the idea of fantasy adventure is like going off to some strange new world where you encounter even Pokemon could be looked at it like that. Creatures you wouldn't see on our Earth, as it were. Pokemon, Hunter x Hunter, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, probably even considered more of a horror one. But let's see, sport animes like Hajime no Ippo, Big Wind Up, Kuroko no Basket, Haikyuu, Captain Tsubasa, to historical anime, you know, animes that are historically based, like many that are set during Japan's history, and when we get into some of the samurai ones, like Samurai 7, uh, Bakumatsu Intrigue, or wait, no, Irano Hito, Intrigue in the Bakumatsu. Shura no Toki has both historical and fighting elements in it. Jubei-chan, to slice of life ones like comedies like Goku-Sen. Let's see, some romantic drama comedies like Maizen Ikoku. I think even Urusei Yatsura possibly. Of course, you got the mecha ones like Rastafon, like Neon Genesis Evangelion, Rastafon, Gravion, Jinki Extend, Gurren Lagann, Macross. You got the ones that are, I guess, I think they're called doshi. Basically the girl type ones. Girl power. One of my personal favorite types is harem animes, like Planet to an extent can be considered somewhat of a harem anime. Ao Yori Aoki, I believe. But overall, basically, animes, they make something for everybody, something that appeals to everybody, and the storytelling is a lot better than in even American cartoons. Has always been that way. Because whereas most American cartoons are fairly stagnant, where the characters, there's no sign of aging. It's like they're stuck in a time period. And yes, I know Pokemon is kind of the same way. Okay, you're kind of stuck in a particular. It's like Ash has been like 10 years old for like 20 years now, 20, 25 years. So I think we all get that. But for the most part, when you watch most animes, you get intrigued by the characters. Character development's also better. Characters like Naruto Uzumaki, Yusuke Urameshi, to a certain extent Renton Thurston. Many of these characters that we all kind of fall in love with, that we want to rally behind, anime writes them and writes them very well. The development in a number of like I said, harem animes, character development within the harem anime genre and the comedic aspect, those are also very appealing. There's something for everybody in anime, whereas here in America right now, our entertainment industry, they're focused more on trying to tell us what to do or how to think they are than entertaining us. And nobody wants that. Many times I'd rather turn on NHK than turn on anything local. Or I still might watch, some vintage channels that long before they were actually trying to tell you what to think or how to think. When the entertainment came first. Japan, the entertainment comes first. That is what consumers want. They want to be entertained. That's the appeal to anime. Anybody who sits down to watch an anime is sitting down to be entertained. Whether it's to watch a great story unfold, whether it's to rally behind a strong character that has been well developed, or even if it's just something simple to kind of get that quick moment of pleasure from some fan service. Anime has everything. Has everything that anybody could want. It has an appeal that anybody and everybody could want. So just keep that in mind, American entertainment companies, keep that in mind, That's why you're losing money. DC, Marvel, IDW, ABC, CBS, NBC. That's why you guys are losing money. You guys are losing money because you're not paying attention to what the consumers want. They want to be entertained, not preached at. Anyways, a couple other little tidbits kind of touch upon before I go. Our old buddy, Mr. Films in the Bathroom, DC Douglas, got banned from Twitter. He went after Trump again and finally got busted. Only said something stupid enough that even Twitter had to kick him off. Bye-bye, DC. Now, normally, deplatforming is not, shutting down somebody's free speech. We shouldn't be celebrating that because that could open a very dangerous door. But there are consequences to sometimes, like there are times when free speech can be curtailed, and the Supreme Court has ruled on that on a few occasions. The classic example is you can't go yelling fire in a crowded movie theater because it creates a clear and present danger. Also, you can't just go out and just defame people just because you want to feel better. You want to feel better by putting somebody else down, and so you'll trash somebody else's reputation or go after somebody unjustly. And there's one other story going about, but the only reason I don't want to talk about this, I know a lot of people have already talked about it. This clown, there's this one other clown that has decided to interject himself in the Vic Mignogna case. I don't want to give this guy too much of a spotlight because that's what he is. He's a clown, and everybody knows. I think most of you who've been following the Vic Mignogna situation and following what's been going on Twitter probably know who this guy is already. So I don't want to really say too much about him because he's basically a clown. He's a clown that doesn't deserve any of our attention, so I don't want to give him a whole lot. Just acknowledging that, he's trying to interject himself in the lawsuit. I think everybody heard and you all know who I'm talking about. He's basically started GoFundMe to try to raise money to get his application with the Texas bar so he could become part of the legal team. Yellow Flash talked about it. I know I probably said more than I really should have. I didn't really necessarily want to talk about this guy because this guy's basically a clown. I think some of you have heard my description of the guy. Okay? He's got quite a resemblance to another infamous lawyer who recently got taken down, so just keep that in mind. So, with all that said, if you check the link, if you want to contact me, you can check the link below. My Twitter handle will be down there. You can direct message me. And if you want to comment on the video, comment, or tweet at me. I'll usually will respond as long as it's civil. I've also been promoting Fantasy Shot and a few of the GoFundMes. I think Nick just did up Vic's goal now to 300,000. So let's see if we can continue to build that war chest, guys, to where Vic can go after these people and keep it going to where these evil people get punished. And if you can, guys, go ahead and also check out the other two GoFundMes. As always remember this. Don't feel like you're obligated to donate. If you can't, if it's on your heart to do so, and you feel you can, please consider donating. If you've already donated, please consider donating again. And if you can't donate, that's understandable. Please at least share the link, so then that way maybe you may pass it along to somebody who can donate, who may have it more on their heart to donate and help out. And with that, also, if you like this content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I always look forward to the conversation. So, guys, let's keep this conversation going, because you're on the mic, and I'll see you tomorrow.